got me feeling all comfortable last week and decided not to make it comfortable this week. Let's see if I get things up and running. So I ran downstairs. I'm like, Tim, I need your phone. Mine's not working right. So we got it. Hopefully. If you're on, give me a shout. Let me know you're here. Give me 1 second. Make sure this is going. All right, good. Hey, good evening, good evening, good evening. This is Tara with Tarabeth Stamps. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in Mid-Missouri. If you're on, hey, Mary, sorry I'm a little late. YouTube let me get too comfortable last week. So tonight's card is a super, super fun card. So when we got, hey, Karen, thanks for joining. Oh, thanks, guys. So when we got to look at the new mini catalog for September to December, this is the suite that popped out the most at me, the Snowy Scenes or Snowy Wonder. I guess it's the Snowy Scenes suite that uses the Snowy Scenes DSP and the Snowy Wonder bundle. So that's the one I'm using tonight. I absolutely love it. So of course you know that I'm going to make an easel card. It's going to be one of my first Christmas cards. So this is that display mantle. Hey Rosie, thanks for joining. This is going to be for that display mantle. This is that card that you're going to spend a little more time with. Not going to make out 100 of these, but these are beautiful. So I love to do these. So this is the Snowy Wonder bundle. So it is a bundle. You've got the stamp set and the dies. Makes the snow globe, makes two different kinds of snow globes. So you've got your tall or your globe itself. Great little die cuts that go with it. I absolutely love it. And of course, you know, I pulled in the Seasons of Greetings, or Greetings of the Seasons online exclusive because I love the sentiments on this. So that's what I've got on the inside. So I'm going to take a quick drink and try to catch my breath. And then we're going to get onto it. All right, so before we get on, I am going to show you, because I just realized I didn't cut out DSP for this. This is what the DSP looks like. So this is the Snowy Scenes DSP. Now, one of the things that I always do when we get a new catalog is I throw together a paper share or a product share. And so this is going to give you a little sampling. So on a 12 by 12 pack, you get one of each variety. On a 6 by 6 pack, you normally only get one pattern because there's just more patterns in there. But this is a great way to sign up and get a hold of all the DSP before you decide and commit to wanting something. And I love these non-traditional colors mixed in with the traditional colors. So this is absolutely adorable. My very favorite so far. I have used the Regals collection. I do like it really well. But this one is the one that spoke to me and I love it. So this is what my paper shares look like. So when you get it, you get the 6 by 6. And then there's a sticker on the front that's got the name, all the coordinating colors, and then the order number. So if you're interested in that, reach out to me, let me know. I'll give you all the information. All right, so I'm going to pull out my Simply Score tool, and we're going to do just a little bit of scoring here first. Hey, Karen. Hey, Sharon. Thanks for joining. All these dimensions will be on my blog tomorrow, but right now, this is a 4 1/4 by 11 sheet of garden green. And I'm just going to score that at our everyday 5 1/2. Thank you, baby girl. All right, now this is a piece of Poppy Parade, and I got a little drop on it, but we're covering up, so it'll be okay. Yes, it is a great way to have all of the things that paper share or product share. So this is a piece of Poppy Parade at 4 1/8 by 9 3/8. And we are going to score this at 2 and 4. So anytime you have a fun fold, it's a good idea just to make a template with all of your dimensions. That way you can just kind of pull it out and have it right there. All right, so that's all the scoring we're going to do with that. We'll put that score tool up. And now I'm going to have to grab some of that DSP. And hopefully I have enough here. We may have to go to the package. Let's see here. There's that one. And then we'll steal from this one. All right. So for the inside, let me pull my paper trimmer out. It's underneath all of the things. You know how that goes. So I've got this cute little piece of Pool Party. And I'll be honest, I don't know what that green is. Is that garden green? I guess it's garden green, but when you mix it with Pool Party, it looks a little different. So we're gonna cut at 4 5 1/4. So I know that by heart because I do this card so much. Then I'm gonna take this sheet and cut it at 1 7/8 by 4. Now, when you're cutting a pattern like this, make sure you're cutting it with the direction the way you want it. All right, so now let's put the card together first. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna fold that garden green in half and burnish it. Look, I've got a purple card coming up this week. Check out how I colored my bone folder today. All right, and now we're gonna score at that 4-inch line. And this is gonna be a mountain and valley fold. And then I'm gonna score at that 2-inch line and just score really deep because you wanna make sure that it'll fold flat for your envelope. Okay, so this is what that looks like. Just a nice little, as you can see, this is gonna be your mountain and this is gonna be your valley. So when I say mountain and valley, that's what I mean. Okay, because this is gonna be moving a lot, I'm gonna use Stampin' Seal Plus to go ahead and put that on my card base. That's gonna hold a little bit tighter, and I use that a lot with fun folds. So on this one, we're just going to make sure that we've got that nice little mat on each side. We'll go ahead and place it down. So now we can start building our card a little bit and start decorating it. So if you love fun folds, make something like this. Have your dimensions, the 4 1/4 by 5, 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2, and then this piece is that 4 1/8 by 9 3/4. Yes, Rosie, thank you so much. If you like this video, go ahead and make sure you hit subscribe so you'll know. I should be here every Sunday evening doing a live. If you follow me on Facebook, you'll get that early warning. All right, so I'm just gonna make sure I've got that nice little border going on. And then we're gonna do the same thing down here. So as I said, I love the traditional colors with the kind of non-traditional colors. It's a perfect blend. All right, so there's that card base. And now we're gonna get to the fun stuff. So when I do an easel card like this, I always, and it's gonna be sticking up, I always go ahead and cut an extra piece of thick basic white to kind of give it a little more DSP. It's Stampin' Up's DSP or designer series paper is pretty thick. However, when it's sitting up like that and you're adding these different layers and layers and layers, it's gonna get a little flimsy. So if you add that thick thick basic white, it helps out. So what I've done is I've done a little bit of die cutting ahead of time. And so here's my piece of thick basic white. And now I'm going to bring my nemesis, the liquid glue, over here. And so the key with liquid adhesive and my problem with it is you got to be careful. Less is more. That's usually what works. But I always want to do more. You know how that goes. So the reason I'm using liquid adhesive is because I want to be able to make sure, kind of push it around and give it a minute to set. So that's what I'm doing there. So this is going to give it a little bit of extra security. Now, I cut another piece of basic white, and you can tell that I didn't cut the whole thing. And this is because I'm going to make my snow with this. Ooh, and I just thought of something. We're going to do that too. So I'm just going to kind of freehand some snow hills. So we're just gonna, there we go. Doesn't have to be perfect, because when snow's creeping up, that's just how it goes. So we'll throw that basic white out of the way. And then we'll take some seal and add it on here. So here is our snow globe, or the top of it. Now what I have is I have a piece of pumpkin pie, and this measures 1.5 by 3 inches, and I ran it through, well, I die cut it first with the Snowy Wonders die set, and then I ran it through my embossing folder. This is the wooden green. I think it's called Timber. Yeah. So I just ran it through there, making sure that I lined it up the way I want, the direction that I wanted it. And I added that to kind of just give it a little more texture. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and adhere that piece on. And I think I want that side. So I'm going to bring this down here, just kind of center it, eyeball it in the center. And I'm not exactly pushing it down because I want to make sure that I have it nice and straight before I set it down, because this piece just kind of lines up with it. It's not on top, it just lines up. All right, I feel like now I can set that down. Now once again, because this is going to be sticking up, I'm going to add Stampin' Seal Plus to give it just a little more security. You can always use tear tape. There's nothing wrong with that. And give it a nice little burnish. So here's our card front. All we have to do is put our globe together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring out my garden green ink and do a little bit of stamping here. So we're going to do the sentiment, "Let It Snow," on a piece of basic white. Now, I need another piece of basic white. I went through all of the stuff that I needed like 3 times before this video, and look how much I don't have ready. No DSP cutout. All of the things. Okay, my husband and I went to the state fair yesterday. We had the best time. Okay. Now I'm going to stamp that sentiment for the inside of the card from the season, greetings of the seasons. So we went to the state fair. His favorite band as a child was Alabama. I don't know, has anybody heard of them? Do you know them? I feel like people from the South probably know them, or country music listeners. But we had the best time. I don't know how old Randy Owens is. He has to be a gazillion years old. At least a gazillion. And he was up jumping like he was Taylor Swift. I didn't have any great deep fried Twinkies. And I had a corn dog. Tim and I shared a corn dog, and it was cold. I was so sad. No, Sweet Home Alabama, that's not Alabama singing that. That's oh geez Louise. Who sings Sweet Home Alabama? Leonard Skinner. That's who does that. But yeah, Randy Owens has to be 100 years old or 1,000 years old. I'm not sure. Yes, some mountain music. My husband heard rolling on and he's like, okay, I'm ready to go. I was like, I think not. So it was so good. And they did the mountain music at the end. Yes, it was fantastic. We had a good time. So what I've done is I've stamped this tree in garden green, and I just die cut that with my little mini machine. And I've spared you all of the stamping and the die cutting, so I did. And this time we're not going to do the snowman. We're going to do another version. We're going to do these cute little penguins. So the die cut cuts the penguin that doesn't have the hat on. And then I fussy cut the other one. And then look at this cute little tree here. I absolutely adore him. And then I went ahead and stamped some packages in Bubble Bath and Poppy Parade. And I die cut those. So I did all that so you guys don't have to like sit through all that. We'll go ahead and we'll put the inside in because I'm just kind of ping-ponging everywhere today. But this will get it out of the way. So I'm just adding a little bit of seal there. And adhering that to the inside. Okay, now let's build our scene here. Ooh, I got cat hair on there. All right. So I'm not going to seal this down. I'm just going to kind of place it. And I put these two together. I think they can kind of hold hands. Look how cute that is. They're definitely going to hold hands. I'm thinking there, and I'm thinking right there. Maybe I'll put the tree behind them and make the penguins out and about out front. Let's do that. Okay, so this kind of is how I want it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add some seal and add one item at a time. And I am going to take my tweezers because some of it I'm going to kind of slide. I don't think people on Medicare are old, Rosie. That's you. He's 74. No way. Okay. He's a lot younger than I thought. I feel like he was, I don't know. My husband and I talked about that on the way home. We thought he was quite a bit older than that. I really did. Did you YouTube that, Karen? Or did you Google that, Karen, while you're watching? Or did you just know that? Are you a fan? All right. I'm going to go ahead and pull this tree down here just a little bit. And then we'll throw some seal on here. So I added one of these trees with dimensionals because you kind of got to have some dimension going on. And maybe, oh, you know what I'm going to do? I was thinking of this just a minute ago. I just remembered I have a brand new Winkostella. Let's see if I can get this working, and let's put, yeah, I know Alan Jackson's your favorite. We're going to go to his bar this weekend. We're going to Nashville this weekend. I sound like we're these world travelers. It's the only 2 weekends the whole summer that we had anything planned. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm priming my Winkostella here. And it's brand new, so hopefully I can get it to work. If I can't, I may have one sticking somewhere. So that was a good idea. It was a good thought, but I can't get this thing primed. I'm going to have to play with it a little bit more. But I got one right here. Maybe. There we go. There we go. Let's just add a little bit of glitter here. So I'm just kind of sweeping this along You got to be careful because a little bit goes a long way sometimes. Okay, so that's going to have a little bit of glare that you guys probably can't see on camera. Okay, now let's put our penguins on there. And I'm going to pop these up with dimensionals. I feel like this guy's going to go right here. And then we'll put this one right here. And we're about done. Thank you, Joan. You know, that's what was going on. I was, when you're doing it live, you don't remember those things. And I swear the one that I have, I've had for a zillion years. Okay, we're going to have to move this penguin up just a little bit. Because otherwise the other guy's going to float off the side, and we don't want that. That wouldn't be believable. There we go. All right, so there is our globe. Now I'm going to take this sentiment and just fussy cut around it. So there are some cute little die cuts that'll work for this size, but I just decided that it would be cute if I just fussy cut it. And I thought I'd just add a little more to this video. A little more stress, because I'm not a huge fussy cut person. Now, one of the things when you're fussy cutting, remember, keep your scissors steady and move the paper. That's the best way. All right, I think I'm going to put that right there so my penguins aren't floating. So I'm going to give this a little shot. There we go. Oh, maybe we need a package too. Do we need a package? Yep, we need a package. Just one. We're just going to put one package on this one. But this is little, so I'm going to cut this dimensional in half. Okay, moving that on. Okay, as I said, I'm going to be in Nashville next weekend. I think I'll be back in time to do my live. I will probably leave there fairly early. So I may have some fun things to tell you about. Here is today's card. Just a cute little snow globe featuring that Snowy Wonder Snow Scenes set. Now tell me, which one do you think? Do you like the snowman or do you like the penguin? I'm kind of leaning towards the penguin. I think he's awfully cute. So, yeah, thanks guys. I'm glad you liked the card. I'll be back here next week, Sunday night, same time, same place. Hopefully, love both versions. Oh, you guys are too sweet. Thank you so much. You guys have a great week, and I will see you here next week.